My name is Rose. I'm a farmer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohammed Isa. I'm a farmer.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Joshua Ezra. I'm a farmer.
Good morning, all. My name is Emmanuel Joseph. I'm a student and a farmer.
You're welcome, sir. Good morning to you all. My name is Sally Yakubu. I'm the event decorator and also have interest in farming. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Shakina Amekumu. From NAFDAC, Deputy Director in charge of registration of products. My boss is supposed to be here, Director of the FCT office. I think I'm expecting him.
Thank you, man. We are so glad to have you in the program, and we are so glad because most of the food we consume these days they have been diluted, they have been polluted. Most of the food we consume. So now that we are wonderfully happy and glad to have you because Nigerians need to be conscious of what we eat.
Thank you, sir.
According to your boss, when they say what you eat can kill you.
Yes, sir.
Because of what? Ignorance. Thank you, man. We are glad to have you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Chizoba Alex from Bank of Part of the country.
You're welcome, man. Thank you very much. Yes, at this point in time, I will hand over the mic to my boss, the founder and chairman of QUEBEC. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone. I really want to appreciate your comment. First of all, I want to join the rest of Nigerians to apologize to all our civil servants. Without burial, when you listen to me on radio, Armed Forces Radio for our live program, they will go far. Truth needs to be told. For the first time, which I know it has been their regular routine, you will see civil servants who create that time for Saturday that they are supposed to rest to attend a subject matter that concerns national food security. Let's applaud them. They all came before time. So those of us that are late, including myself, our mommies will say, we are sorry. Now, let's quickly go straight to the presentations. We have people who are joining us live, irrespective of the numbers. It's also a sign to tell Nigerians that we need to wake up. Like I've always said, when you point the finger to the government, the four fingers are pointing at us. The essence of this event is a maiden edition to see how Nigerians will identify with the initiative. And after this, it is going to be a quarterly initiative with action plan to mark achievements quarterly. And I believe if we can do that, we can move the food sector to the next level. I don't know if you agree with me with that. Do you agree with me with that? If you have been to Sahel Food System Game Changer, it's a program that is done every year. I'm part of it. And every 12 months, there's also something to show for. That at the end of the previous conference, decisions and action plan put in places are at least 90% achieved. With this Make We Go Farm initiative, I'm trusting God and trusting Nigerians to see reasons why farming will be another line of profession and business, and at the end of the day, we can have 60 million Nigerian youths inclusion into the program. So we'll be taking the presentations. I'm just waiting for the media team to get themselves ready so that everyone can hear them out. The essence of this workshop is for us to know that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has a lot to offer Nigerians who are ready to embrace agriculture. You know, we are actually having an issue here, which is breach of communication. When people don't have that communication, there is gap in information, then we tell that Nigeria as a government, we are not being responsible to the masses well-being. I don't know if you are getting my point. Now, this should be my, someone should help me to do this calculation now. From 2013 to date, is how many years? 10. 10 years. These have been my 10 years of living ICT, living real estate, focusing on how we can have something better for the food sector, and also to see that farmers are now treated with all humility and respect. Of course, if you have not been to farming communities, you will not understand where I'm coming from. Farming communities, household farmers are going through a lot. Not that we all found in this concluded Sahel event that took place on Thursday at the NAF conference. We volunteered to ensure that farmers, the devoted farmers, can have access to credit. Now, I thank God the Bank of Agriculture is here. Media, if you accept, let me know. Thank God Bank of Agriculture is here. You know, a lot of people are waiting and using fingers at them, and they are not helping Nigerians, they are not doing this, they are not doing that, they are not doing this. The truth is that we need to remove politics from certain things. If you really want to do farming genuinely, you want to get access to finance genuinely, then come genuinely before the bank. And the bank will give you all the support you need. And that is why we have looked at it carefully, and we have said we want to bridge the gap between the Federal Ministry of Agriculture, between the Bank of Agriculture, NAFDAC and all that, to ensure things work out very well. If you notice in the month of September, we focus on food poisoning alongside with the NAFDAC. I'm just saying this to you, madam, probably you know before us already. You know, there is people worked on food poisoning, especially on fats and oil. And this particular event is to ensure that we educate more Nigerians to make sure that we consume wrong oils, and it's actually causing a lot of problems to our system. So back to Bank of Agriculture, they will speak to you today as well on their credit and savings product. You understand? Now, before now, I'm aware that there's a particular fund in Bank of Agriculture that you can access and pay back within 5 months. And you can get it instantly. But the issue is there's an instruction from the central bank, no default. But are Nigerians actually faithful to Bank of Agriculture? The answer is so. Please, let's have a positive mindset. And I believe after these few hours we are going to spend here, we will have all what it takes to make this work. Media, we said we need you to connect. Okay. I'll take the presentation while we're waiting for them, but I ensure that my guests, you have the presentation has to be live streamed fully. Present it so that they can see. Now, my name is Olakoma Martins. I'm the founder and president of QUEBEC Processing Industrial Parks Limited. And I'm the president of QUEBEC Agricultural and Food Processing Cooperative Society. We are the promoters of QUEBEC Agritech City and Farm Estate Project. We are also the anchor of the program Make We Go Farm, which is a radio program weekly, Wednesdays, and the armed forces with the 107.7, the authentic voice of the Nigerian military. It was a platform given to us by the military to see that, after due diligence on us, to see that things work out. Now, my presentation is, we are introducing to you the QUEBEC Agritech City project. Now, the QUEBEC Agritech City project is a multi-income city real estate project that agriculture is being integrated into. Reasons because we have farmers who their children do not want to take over their father's homestead. That is a very big question. We have farmers who their children do not want to take after their father's homestead. Reasons because, you know, we have luxury in different categories. Now, even as farmers, they can't even afford the affordable luxury system. Now, if my father was a farmer right from childhood, you know, we have farmers these days who have no O-level. But even when they started farming, because they see that agriculture is another something that is going higher, they started going to school. Some of them decided to now join the National Open University. I did study agriculture, but because of this project, when I had two professors who started with us, but their mindset was so myopic, I had no choice to take admission with the National Open University to start studying agricultural economics and agri-business extension. That's the course I'm taking. I'm taking it from 100 level because there is a way I work. From the IT section, I did all my best to make sure that you can't tell me things that I don't know. I might pretend I don't know, but I want to be 10 steps ahead of you. When I move into construction, I'm a road expert. When I move into road construction, the first contract I did, where I'm supposed to spend 2 naira in my store A, B1, which is earthwork, I'll spend 400,000. So the second project, I was able to be 10 steps ahead of my engineers. Now tell them, no, asphalt is like this, laterite is like this, dry plant is like this. So most of our children, farmers' children, do not see the reasons why they should follow their father's footsteps. So we have decided on the QUEBEC Heritage City project to ensure that we integrate real estate into it. 2 institutions, which is a farmers' business school, which we are now going to partner with the Ministry of Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Science. We have 2 international institutions already in South Asia, which is in India, who are our technical partners, to see that our agri-food related graduates can now take another lift of opportunity to study food processing and preservation systems. You know, that's a huge gap on our own end. Then we now have the farmers' children who are in the rural community now to be part of that farmers' business school and ensure that the skill connects with your skill. You know, we have a farm settlement in Eboy. Over 20 farming communities on it. So, no good road, no light, nothing to show. But you see, these children can see some certain reactions, but they cannot really explain it. So when the unskilled and the skilled mix together, then we can take it to another level. So the QUEBEC Heritage City and Farm Estate project is to address 4 things. One is to bring in, to make sure that all farming communities across the 774 local governments can now be converted to farm estates. Now, a typical farm estate, we're supposed to show you this slide, takes care of parcellating. You know, when the real estate developers, they parcellate estate section for you. You have different layouts with different building types. I don't know if you are following me. Now, in that, we focus on food crops, fruits, vegetable, and livestock. So we have already parcellated them in a way that you can drive through a layout, and maybe that layout is okra layout. All you find out in that layout is all about okra farming. Now, you know, one of the key problems we are facing is we are not yet there in terms of mechanization. We are not also there in terms of commercial farming. What we are doing in those communities is just to farm within our home and a little bit of it. Are you getting it now? This last event we did in that conference, a lot of things was displayed. Go back to our Facebook page. You know, in those days when you want to plant yam, it's a full tuber of yam you cut to pieces, right? Yes. But now as I speak to you, we have different kinds of yam that you plan to breed, so because of that, you discover that because people, farmers are storing yam for the next planting season, yam will be expensive, there will be scarcity of yam. So a solution has been created already. Now, if you don't have this information, people will still go on piling up yam tubers. Are you getting it? Making yam to be expensive in the market. So the QUEBEC Heritage City has a farm estate layout system that is put in place that will be in communities. Now we follow the same structure with the government of India. The government of India have 2 ministries, but I focus on one. They have the Ministry of Food Processing. And what they did there was to ensure that they had almost 48 mega food parks projects that are going on in India as I speak to you. So what they did was that they ensure that most communities, all regions and districts and all that, agricultural activities are well spread across. So each zone is known for a particular live crop, food crops, fruits or vegetables. So that is the system we're also trying to bring in. That proposal we have submitted before now to about 6 state governments. So we are now taking it to another level in this administration to see that we work with government agencies, with this new government, to see that things work out fine. Now, each of these farm estates, we have farm layouts I've mentioned. We also have a mini processing outfit and a storage system that will enable them to store, and farmers can also live in the farm estate. Now, on security, we have already had deliberations with the defense headquarters, and we are getting the support of the chief of defense to ensure that, what we are not saying is that we are not farming in a wide covered range of farmland that is well secured, with all security operatives depending on their area of expert. For example, our site in Bayelsa, Bayelsa is bordered with so much water. Then we need the service of the Nigerian Navy on the water section for aquaculture. So fishery department take note of that. Now, for security, that aspect is resolved. Because one thing that is giving Nigerians the fear is that how can we go to farm when there are security challenges? So the areas that have security challenges, especially Northeast, is not part of our project scheme for now. So on security, that has been achieved. Now, what do we need to do further as far as the project is concerned? The project is covering, I've mentioned 2 things now on security, on the setup of the farm estate layout and all that. Now, the next one is, what is the incentive that can make Nigerians to go back to farm? One is, as a farmer who is identified with this project and make the Go Farm initiative, is that one, you are going to be on a daily paid fee. That is if you want to work with us directly on these farms. But if you want to farm independently, we will also give you farmland to farm, but within these farm areas that has been secured, then Bank of Agriculture or whatever funding that is available system we are putting in place will now make fund available to you under our cooperative management. Because one of the problems the bank is having is that people understand when they want to borrow loan from Bank of Agriculture, but when it comes to the repayment system, they don't understand. And it's because why the bank is also having these issues, because it's politically influenced. When it's politically influenced, it becomes a problem. So what we are saying is that if we must grow, this is what we must do. We should put politics aside in certain session. The cooperative will bridge the gap between the financial institutions and between the farmers. So you don't have the issue that you have to know one senator or you have to know one honorable member before you can have access to money to farm. All we just need to do is that you identify with us, and there's a digitalized system we are putting in place. The fact that you are a member of the cooperative does not also give you access, because the platform we are working on, which should be completed, that will be launched by December by His grace, when we're having the next one. It gives the Bank of Agriculture and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture access to know your KYC. You understand? Your KYC. Even if they are going to deal with other banks, to know if you are qualified for a loan or not. There are certain measures we are also putting in place that the loan repayment will not just be from the farming operations alone. It must be from other sources, because one of the things the bank is also trying to look at from our last conference on Thursday is refinancing. Because when we say refinancing, you are credit worthy, and probably maybe because of a flood that came the other time, the bank can look at your credit history and also recommendation maybe from QUEBEC and all that. So for farmers to be part of this, you have to go through this process. Secondly, we have also signed up a partnership with an health insurance firm. Farmers' health is another challenge. And federal government, at this point, I don't want us to point fingers at this government. I don't want us to even point fingers at this government, because they've not done up to 12 months. It's after 12 months we can give them their scorecard and point at them. But we also need to provide solution, and government look at it and see that, okay, I think this can fly, and let's give it a try. So for every farmer, as far as we are in this Go Farm initiative program, you will be immediately sign up into that insurance, health insurance scheme, and it covers those 6 persons, father, mother, and 4 children. And that bill will be paid from the system. Secondly, we're also trying to approach Federal Ministry of Federal Mortgage Bank on this. I've had that discussion with the previous MD. I think they've retired them now. That's what they confirmed to me 2 weeks ago. That is to also make sure that as a farmer, you can also be enrolled and have access to the National Housing Fund. So that is where the real estate section comes in now. So as a farmer, you will be able to also enjoy other benefits like what civil servants they enjoy. Then thirdly, we are trying to get a very reputable pension management firm. Because if you are working with us under QUEBEC as a company, then you must be contributing by law. It's entitled as a limited company by law. You also become a taxpayer by law from us. So for those who are going to be at the time of the company as a staff working in our farms across the country, you will be entitled from our calculations so far. Your total wage should be close to 288,000. You can do the mathematics here and confirm it. On a fair value, I know the agri people can, federal music can attest to that. Before now is 2,000 naira per day job. Now 2,000 naira times 6, because we're going to be working from Monday to Saturday. That's how much? 12,000 times 6 people in the household. Multiply times 4. 88. Good. Now, by the time we remove your funds for tax, pension, and all that, it's expected that we're looking at within 150 or 1 something. Because, secondly, you have to be a full-time member of the cooperative and you must do your financial responsibility very well. Because government has what we call bailout funds, right? So when you have issues as well, which we don't pray for, you also need someone to have bailout fund for. You don't need to wait for Bank of Agriculture to fill form. Are you getting it? Before calling for such bailout. This is practical. And that is why we are also trying to get the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs. When the issue of the palliative came up for 12 million homes, at least 3 days after the inauguration of the president, we wrote to him on this program. 2 days after swearing the Minister for Agriculture, we wrote to him. These are practicable steps that the only way it can work is not the government now, it's Nigerians. You and I identifying to it. Because the banks, they know what to do. Bank of Agriculture, I believe they know what to do. If all things, if we meet up with your requirement. All what the bank is seeking for, sincere Nigerians. You see my mom in there, she doesn't want to get home, and then at the end of the month, the MD in Kaduna will say, that you are the P2 branch, right? Your debt profile is so high. Go for recovery. Why you see most bankers are aging, are getting older than their age, the pressure on loan recovery is too much. Now our account officer in Standing Bank, she meets a target of about 1 billion. Now when it comes to loan recovery, you will see her, in the office. In fact, when you attend to their families, a lot of issues and all that. So the truth needs to be what? Told as far it is. Now, what do you think to get this project running? We will not stop here, we will continue to push. Federal government is saying that initially they target 12 million households, but with the recent review is 15 million households. That 15 million household, by our standard of 6-member household, translates to 90 million. A population of over 236 million, go and find out. That's where we are now. If anybody telling you I'm seeing within almost 200 million, the person is not telling the truth. Because as today, even the Federal Ministry of Health cannot tell us the total children that we're giving that to today. So these are data issues, but we have also tried so far in various ministries in data. It's not an easy task. So we can't give it. So we're increasing what? By the day. Now, how do we intend to achieve the 90 million at 25,000 per per household. The government can make certain percentage of this fund available, and we have these 90 million Nigerians move into agriculture, majoring on food crops, fruits, vegetable, livestock. What will be the aftermath effect to the masses? The prices of foodstuff will not come down. I can tell you that the chief of defense staff and the entire armed forces are ready to provide security. All they are waiting for is federal government. So for Nigerians that are listening to me live, let's put away the issue of security. Once federal Ministry of Agriculture can endorse, presidency give their instruction, national security give their instruction. We don't need to farm differently. In those days, what we are bringing now, we are bringing things they were doing in those days. In communities in those days, man, you know, you as a family, you don't have a land. If this farming season, this is this side of the community they want to farm, everybody will farm there. This is the same structure we are bringing, but in a well-defined and well-structured manner. So we can achieve this, and we are also saying to the federal government that it can be on the pilot phase. And for this, we are targeting 200,000 rows for a pilot phase, meaning 200,000 hectares. Federal Ministry of Agriculture wants to do 500,000 hectares. I don't know your formalities and all that, but I believe after this event, you should be able to have more details from there and we can take it further. Now, your 500,000 hectares translate to 500,000 households in farming communities. Visit the communities. Like in Ebonyi State, 30 minutes, 1 hour, 30 minutes drive to the state capital, Abakaliki. We have a site there. That was the site I'm supposed to showcase to you. Visit this, line it up, let me know. That's what I'm supposed to showcase to you guys. That is a 30 community. We have 30 communities. For FCT, we already structured